Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Siddhi, can we exist in multiple dimensions at the same time with the same reality, or does our reality change in each and every dimension?
That's too much, don't know. I don't think you know what you're asking either. But alhamdulillah, this world of light has no limit, Allah has no limit. So from the realities Allah wants to create is up to Allah. From this little capacity of understanding that we have 7 names, 7 realities, 7 existences. And even within this outermost form we said that existence is like a vertical page, that there are pages and your movement through these pages is a subtle energy. And the only way people can understand it, like we described last night, you're in the busyness of your dunya, you step into Madinatul Munawwarah. This is immense reality, that's a completely different dimension. It may look like it's the same to you, it's not. As soon as you leave and step out, you're back in your dimension with your bills, your concerns, your worries, your phone calls, your everything. Your dimension still exists for you. But if you take your dimension and try to go into Medina, you're not benefiting to the maximum. That's why the people of tafakkur and contemplation and everything, they prepare their light reality. So when they prepare their light reality they know how to disconnect from their dimension, and to each their different darajat. Because the dimension of one person to the dimension of another person is completely not the same. But even from their reality they understood how to disconnect and enter into the Medina reality, into the realities that are from the lights of Sayyidina Muhammad. So that immediately they enter into that dimension, they take the energy, the blessings and the tafakkur of that dimension, and many of them if they train they can receive the faiz of that dimension and time stops for them. And as a result they are taking from a timeless reality as if literally you stepped into paradise. It's just a matter of how much you trained yourself to disconnect from the dunya. Because some people go very busy and they feel nothing or very little, they have love but they don't feel what they should be feeling, and that's why the training. So then now we step back a little bit from that immense reality, but then even the zawiyas and the presence of the shaykhs, same. There's an immense amount of energy surrounding and everything they do because of their dimension, their universe. And if you enter into that universe, if you enter into that dimension of theirs, you can feel it to be different than yours. But you have to learn to disconnect. If you come with your same busyness, your same mentality, then you brought basically your dimension into their dimension and you have like a shell in a bubble around you, blocking you from everything. Why the tafakkur and training is learn to disconnect, leave it, leave those worries, leave everything and now enter into their dimension. When you enter into their dimension, receive the faiz of that dimension, meditate, tafakkur, contemplate. And these people train on how and they witness it. So yes, everyone has their own page and they enter into pious people's pages, they can feel the faiz and the energy of the presence. Then they go back home and again their worries, they're busy, their problems, everything. So it's very real. Even in their home when you turn on the zikrs, the authorized zikr of the shaykh, what happens? At any time there's a dimension of energy opening. If you sit and disconnect at that time to connect, to do your zikr, to do your tafakkur, to listen to the sohbat, whatever you're trying to accomplish, if you disconnect from your time and your dimension, you can enter into that energy. And people say, I feel that for that 10, 20, 30 minutes I felt I was somewhere else. I put my notebook down, stopped my program and I went back to my existence with my bills, my life, my worries, my concerns. So yes, that's your dimension that Allah has written for you. So the people who trained in timeless realities, they're continuously in timeless dimensions. So this is the immensity of moving through space and time. It's a matter of learning to disconnect, learning to meditate, learning to contemplate. Even within your home the shaykh is teaching you do that. In your home have an area where you disconnect from dunya. Come from work, wash, change your clothes, don't take those into the tafakkur area. That dimension becomes something different. There's beings that are praying in there that are not praying in your other rooms. So you make that to be a portal for you, and as soon as you enter into it you learn how to cut off. As soon as you enter into that you feel the energy to be different. You nourish that, nourish that, nourish that, and then that becomes a portal for the believer. And this is what Allah is describing. We're not going to change any conditions until somebody changes what's within themselves. If you don't like the outside world, it's not that you go out and protest, sit and meditate. Protest against yourself, the evilness and wickedness within ourselves. Then Allah begin to, I don't have to change the outside world for everyone because they're not all fixing themselves, but I'll change the outside world for you. That you leave, you enter your home, it's like a cave, a completely different energy. Tranquil, peaceful. Or even if your house is not, because all the different other people, the room that you dedicated for your tafakkur and contemplation becomes again a portal for you, for the believer. And that's when Allah is then giving to you that you change yourself and I'll make sure that your condition is changed. And they find their own tranquility and peace within a storm. There can be an immense storm all around, but within them is a peace and a sakeenah, inshaAllah.